Howdy ho, neighbors. Oh my god, totally like home improvement. It should be like hanging over my fence line up there. But I wanted to do a happy video. Hadn't been feeling too well, so I hadn't really got to show you guys my greenhouse and outdoor garden space. So you didn't get the cute video that you guys normally get every year with the babies growing in the video, but you got pictures. But I'm sitting in my enclosed garden area. You hear the little birdies, they're so happy. And I'm going to show you a few things that I'm near, and I'll do another video when I feel a little bit better and I'm a little bit more mobile. Right now, having a little bit of issues, but I don't know if you guys saw, but I recycled a what usually people use for shoe holders. I was using for tights and leggings, but I recycled it, and all of these babies, minus two, I grew from seeds in my greenhouse under grow lights in the beginning of the season. But I'm gonna see if I can turn this around, and I'm gonna give you a really cool up close look at what I did by recycling. So you can see that this is a typical shoe rack that people use. What's really curious, if you don't know, the material is the same thing that they use, just on a thinner scale, to make grow bags out of. But look at this. I'll show you my lovelies. I have a couple of maintenance pockets, but then I've got marigold. Marigold can be used for different medicines. It's also a really good pollinator. It's also a really good deterrent for some pests because they don't like the smell. I've got bergamot, purple sage, green sage, more green sage. This is dill. I just love the leaves on dill. Let me get where you guys can see. Dill has these cute little ferny leaves, and they're precious. These are 4 o'clocks. This is going to be another flower. When you're doing gardening, what some people don't normally do is incorporate pollinators, pollen flowers, pollen carrying plants in with your vegetables and herbs, because not only is it going to look beautiful and break up all the green, but it's also going to draw in our little babies that we need in order for our fruits and vegetables to produce. And that's going to be, you know, your little bees and your hummingbirds and your ladybugs, and your butterflies and stuff like that. It's going to draw in all your babies that we need to help our plants pollen, grow, spread, because some of them aren't asexual plants, and some of them have male and female parts, like zucchini, cucumbers. They aren't all asexual, so they can't produce on their own. They need animals to help pollinate. So remember, support our bees, attract butterflies, get the little hummingbirds and ladybugs in your garden. Those are really, really good. If you're having pest problems, believe it or not, praying mantis are really good to keep aphids and fuzzies and wormies and stuff off of your garden. So that's a really good tip too. So we have rosemary. How cute that little baby is. And then this is basil. Up here I have garlic chive. This is going to get really tall and adorable with these little tiny little sticks everywhere. And if you look in here, with little tiny baby peppermints, you see how itty bitty they are. And then we have anise. Anise is a very good medicine. We have lemon balm, cilantro ×2. You have fennel. Fennel is another great food item. I have 2 different breeds of fennel. Having issues with some wording, so I'm not going to be able to pronounce them correctly, but I do have them written down. But this is one breed of fennel. And then right here is yarrow. Yarrow is a hugely popular medicinal plant, and I have used it for a very long time in my little solar wigglers. But right here, this is some happy zucchini baby growing in a pot, because I grew everything from seeds and everybody produced. And so I didn't want to toss them or kill the plant. I don't believe in doing that. So I just planted them in pots too. On the wall over there by my Zukis are going to be strawberries. I plan on putting solar screens up. I have a couple. That way I can continue growing things that may not normally grow due to the heat, as long as you protect them from that direct sunlight and you keep the moisture and the feeding going, you can pretty much grow what you want with the proper precautions. I'm sitting in front of one of my beds, and so this is going to be a vegetable bed. Of course, you're going to see pollinating things in there too, but for right now, because I have been sick with the MS junk, for right now I have my cucumbers, I have my flowers, and then I have kale, Malabar spinach, arugula, okra. I have hot peppers, green bell peppers, and then I have cauliflower, broccoli, standard toe radishes, some more pollinators. This lovely bush right over here, that's going to be my raspberry bush. And if you look on the very top, there is an itty bitty baby cluster that's going to start growing very, very shortly. Let's go back over here. Right here, I've got some sweet peas. They're kind of struggling a little bit. The rain kind of pissed them off a little, so we're hoping that they come back. Right below me here, this is a pole white bean. This is a standard regular white bean. Some people in the country call them pole beans. And then I have more zucchini. And then I've got several kinds of tomatoes. I have, what do I have? I have beef steaks. Cherokee purples, and another one I can't remember the name of. Back in the back here, I have my blueberries. They're kind of having a little bit of issue, but that's okay. It's okay, we'll get through. And then I planted mint in here because mint is not only really good medicine, I use it a lot for medication, but what else is good for mint too is it also, some of the smells from different mints can deter some of the little bugs, and they don't like the smell of it, so it kind of keeps them away. So that's a really good tip too. You can always sow mint in there. Mint is great to dry and hang around your house. You can use it for medicine, drink it in tea. If you grow a bunch and don't need it, let me know. I'll take it off your hands. Sorry, my dogs are barking, so you're going to hear Cranky Pants over there. They hear a dog bark, and so therefore they're going to bark. But let's see. Back here we have a bed, a little raised bed that we built out of scrap wood. This is my main mint garden. I do have a couple pollinators. I have some lavender seeds that are being touchy because lavender is super touchy. But in the back, what's really cool is I have some, ouch. Back in the very, very back, I don't know if you guys can see. Yeah, you can. So this is a Mexican sunflower. And so these are going to get about 2 to 4 foot tall, and they're going to be stunning. And so I have pollinating baskets hanging around. I've got a lovely little caterpillar that decided to eat all my beautiful stock flowers, as I would show you those. I have another pollen pot here. I tend to try to have pots pretty much everywhere. This is going to be a vegetable tomato, little teeny tiny sweet tomatoes that you can pick up and eat. I've had a caterpillar or a worm going crazy in here when it was rainy, so I just treated everybody today, but I lost a few things, but they'll come back. Like, you can see what they did to my rainbow chard. I guess everybody's hungry, you know. And then you've got this is my medicinal bed. If you don't have a pollinator in here, it's going to be things that, minus the chard, which I believe have some properties, this is mostly going to be medicine plants. So you have a lot of variety of medicines in here. I just sowed my yellow dandelion, my Italian dandelion, which is called chicory. And then the garnet stem, I have lavender, garlic, more anise, flowering kale, parsleys, oreganos, thymes, fennels. I mean, you name it, it's in there. This is my predominantly most herbal, medicine, remedies type of deal. And then, of course, everyone that does what I do and has to have a thistle growing. Milk thistle is actually a really good old school medicine. I'm still trying to find mugwort seeds. That's one of my plants that I'm on a search for right now. It's an old witchy plant, and it's really good for medicines. In this pot, I did some planting during the supermoon. When it was full, I sown the morning glories. So these are going to be your day bloomers. This is a bench here. You guys can really see too much, but this bench I actually built by sitting down on my porch out of the sun, just by taking scrap wood, and then Ben put the legs on it for me, so I'm super proud of myself. I'm actually going to turn this into a climbing bench, meaning that it's going to have extra wood pieces on the side, and I've got some great netting, and that way these flowers can climb up both sides and completely go crazy. This is another part of my moon garden, which is super adorable. I want to show you guys in here. These and these. This is evening primrose. Oronthia. Oronthia is a great medicine. It also blooms in the evening, and it's really bright flowers, so they consider it part of a moon garden. And then in the back, of course, you know, I have my albas. Those are moonflowers. I love how the little leaves, they look like little butterflies. I mean, they're just super adorable. But I have a few things left in here that haven't gone out yet, partly because I haven't felt well. But I do have some Nicotina. This is local tobacco. This is, I forgot the full name, but the first name of it's Nicotina. This is a local tobacco flowering plant. Then I've got all kinds of other babies in here still. I probably have about 10 things. I have the rest of my little pollinators. And then I've got some more sunflowers. This sunflower is going to be a super tall sunflower. I am not going to plant it just yet. They're called lemon Leopolds, and they're huge. So, but I wanted to give you guys a peek on, you know, what I have been doing over the last several months. I do have other medicinal plants, like over here in the corner. Sorry, my grass is tall. We haven't had a chance to mow. This one is skullcap. Skullcap is a wonderful medicine. And then out here, this is one of my little pride and joy things. I miss having roses. At the rental place we had roses, but I love roses because I use rose a lot for medicines, for rose water, for lotions, for face cream. Roses are very good. It's been used for beauty for many, many years. This first one here is going to be called a Judy Garland. And the Judy Garland literally is like Yellow Brick Road meets Ruby Slippers, and they're absolutely stunning. And she has about 7 buds. Let's see if we can show you guys. See, they're lovely little buds right there. Those are going to be blooming shortly. So be looking for the pictures. There's lavender sown in there on seeds, so we'll see if they come up. This one's called a Dark Night. It's a black and blood red mixed together kind of rose, so it's very gothy, totally me. In the back I have a Queen Elizabeth. A Queen Elizabeth is a standard, you know, white ruffly rose. And then at the back here, this is just a typical pink rose, and I've named him Jigglypuff because it's my favorite Pokemon. I've got another bed in the ground out here. This is my pumpkin. So my pumpkin babies, I've got 4 different brands: Fairy Tale, Jarndales, Teeny Weenies. I can't remember the other one. But at the end of it, I've got Indian corn growing too. That is my absolutely stunning Jane Marigold, and that's those beautiful, lovely, rubbery, giant pink, super fragrant flowers that you guys see me post about. And then in the very, very back there, yep, you guys can see, that is my Myers lemon tree, and it has babies like crazy. I apologize for my yard, y'all, but I've got another raised bed over here. I've got black lilies growing over there, salmon flower, stock, hand-sown babies, butterfly bushes, and yarrow. But I just wanted to show you guys more to come later. Thank you. Bye.